Welcome back, everyone, for the last match of the StarLadder and iLeague StarSeries Season 3, pre-playoffs,
Group
I guess.
stage. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
we're pretty much done. Honestly, the next match results almost don't matter because they matter for a point of pride for the players, or point of fun for the players, but it's not really going to be about the the results. The groups are already formed. We know who's going to be in the top four of every single one of them. We know that Xixo is going to make it through. Frozen's at the bottom of Group A, down at 0-6. So no big surprise there. Things will not be shifting all that much. Xixo here is likely to just make it through. Even if he loses this match, doesn't matter. He still ends up 3-4 with a better tiebreaker in head-to-head than Orange and Bunny Hopper. So Xixo has locked himself a spot for the last chance qualifier tomorrow, as well as Thais, Zale, and Colento also making it there. So these players you will see tomorrow. For the time being, we've got Frozen against Xixo. So Frozen brought a very unorthodox lineup to the event. We saw a ramp Druid with Anaconda and Death Wings. It was the only one of its kind, and there's probably a solid reason for that, right?
Yep. I mean, 0-6, man. I think that just says it all, right? It's unfortunate when you have a result like that, it's most likely your lineup's fault. Because it's when you're like unfavored in every single match, the outcome of losing series in general just adds up pretty fast. And for Frozen, that was actually the case. But at the same time, that actually I like the fact that there's something like that possible, because that adds up the chances of how to say that, it adds the possibility of having actual advantage in the game because you prepared well, right? So if you put the hours in, if you put hours into the preparation of a tournament, you most likely will have an upper hand. If you just do it even if you do it but you do it in the wrong way, you will get punished. And Frozen is here the example of that, when he just did read the metagame wrong, and the decks are not that well prepared to battle against other players. And that's sad for him, but good for others, that they prepared just better in general.
Yeah, preparation is a big deal, especially when it comes to these games. We're talking about a lot of lineup prep, and half the battle really is coming up with the right deck list, right? Because a lot of people talk about there are games where decisions are not the most impactful thing. They kind of play themselves. In those games, you want to have the edge in terms of deck list. You want to have the right draw with the right deck, because having the right draw in a bad matchup is not necessarily going to be too big of a deal. So this is definitely something that Frozen, I think, did not plan ahead well. He's brought a very unorthodox lineup, very Frozen-like lineup, honestly, just bringing something no one expects, and thinking it'll do well, and sometimes it just falls flat on its face. And in this case, that is definitely what ended up happening.
Yeah. Let's see how the first game will start. I'm guessing that Frozen will start with the Druid. It seems like every single time I see Frozen playing, while streaming or something, he always plays Druid. Like it seems like his favorite class or something. And to be honest, I was a big fan of his Anaconda decks in the past.
Yeah, I've been loving them, man. Like, that deck is one of the most fun I've had with Druids and Ungoro. I tried, so many variants of Druid, and it's the closest thing that felt like a quest Druid without quite being a quest Druid. Like, quest Druid was just not a thing. But the Anaconda deck was its own quest. It was like ramp, pull those big minions out. So the quest was really just get that Anaconda and start dropping 12/12s on people at a very early stage of the game because of the way the deck is built. So it's been a blast. Unfortunately for tournament play, not quite the performance that you're looking for out of that deck.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just looking through decks of Frozen. Give me a second. Oh, I just froze my PC. Huh.
That's your fault for opening Frozen's deck.
Yeah, I guess so. So the priest was banned, right? Yes, the priest was banned.
Yeah, the priest was banned for Frozen.
It's actually a dragon priest. That's also very interesting because Frozen opted to play a dragon priest in the metagame, which is something that not a single other player did. And yeah, this is exactly the Druid that we're talking about. I mean, I'm loving this deck, man. I had so much fun with this, especially with the double deathwings. Yeah, no. I mean with the Druid.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Well, it's actually almost like a dragon Druid. It has deathwings, has Deathwing, has Ysera, has up 2 Primordial Drakes. That's quite a lot, right?
Yeah, I mean, it is effectively. I think it's one of the few decks that ever managed to contain all those top-end dragons and still make it the top 100 legend at some point in the season.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we've ever had such a greedy deck make it all the way to the top. Granted, it was a very unstable metagame early in Ungoro, but we had a blast. These guys have smirks on their faces. I'm not sure what they're setting up for us here. Frozen's just too happy to play a 0-7 match. Xixo's smiling, which is very uncharacteristic. I'm not sure what's.
By the way,
what's going? Oh, what? Oh!
What? I don't think. What?
Whoa! Okay, wait. What's going on here? Okay, we got Xixo on the Pirate Rogue, and we got Frozen on the Ramp Druid.
I guess. I mean, it's a kind of a wild rogue as well, because there's a ship's cannon.
No, it's definitely a wild rogue. Oh God, Frozen, you did not. I want to see him play. I want to see him play Force of Nature.
Okay. For a second, I thought they are playing just beta decks, you know, from like a year ago or something like that.
Oh man, Azure Drake in 2017. This just. I'm getting nostalgic almost. Pasha's gonna come out here. Ship's cannon's gonna fire twice.
That's the power of the ship's
cannon.
So
insane. Oh man. Okay. You know, I'm not too familiar with this. You play Wild more than I do. What do you think?
Well, I think the Druid is horrible. So, I mean, you have better choices than Ancient of War. Primordial Drake is just strictly better in most situations. It's kind of weird.
You don't trust.
See it.
You don't trust the
I honestly,
Ram Druid.
Yeah, I honestly think this is like a deck that Frozen was playing like 2 years ago or something. He still had the screenshot and just opted to play that.
Okay, fair enough. It looks like that, really. It remembers me of the old, the very early release decks.
I mean, it has Savage Roar. We have seen Ramp Druids with Savage Roar like 2 years ago, something like around that time. And a Moonfire? What? I completely forgot that it wasn't the Mulligan.
Oh, that's like a Malygos Druid with the Arcane Giants, probably, right?
Yep.
It's got to be that. It's got to be that. Okay, so what are the important cards in Frozen's deck that I'm so unfamiliar with Wild? Emperor Thorsan's amazing. He needs the Malygos, he needs the Giants, he needs to set up tempo swings with the Wrath that he used to run. Oh my god, what is this madness? South Sea Captain with Sky Captain Crag. You know this little guy.
Even in Wild, you don't play Sky Captain Crag.
That's a bummer.
Yeah,
oh my!
Man, I'm almost certain.
This is good. This is so good.
I'm almost certain this is a deck just from from 2015 or something like that. It's 100% sure. But Xixo plays something that wasn't really played at any given point of the game. Like it's a top tier metagame.
I'm being told that this is going to be a one-game series. Whoever wins it wins the match, and then we show the groups. So we'll be ending the stream. We won't be getting a best of 5 with this memery, as it turns out. Is there a sap in Xixo's deck? Because he's going to need it. Jeeves is not a sap. That Ancient of War might have saved him here.
Well,
that Ancient of War might have saved him.
The Jews will be a blessing next turn. So this is not looking great for Frozen anyway. Look at that. That's 3 damage going to his face. He's at 8. And not really a good way. Never mind. There's a way of...
We can do this. There's very little burst in that rogue deck, probably.
He can actually kill both minions. No, sorry, what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, this is not magic, and that +1 HP will not go down.
Right.
So... well... This is still awkward. You can't kill both minions, so I guess you need to kill Sky Captain Crag in this situation. You generate 1 armor out of this, and hopefully your opponent will not have a chance to kill you next turn.
So Violet Teacher Wrath seems like the only line of play. He's got Savage Roar, right? So yeah, he's close enough to setting up a kill.
Attention, class.
All he needs is a little bit of board presence. Violet Teacher challenges the South Sea Captain quite well too. So right now, there's definitely, I think the edge is still in Xixo's camp because of that Jeeves that gives him more power. If he picks up a Cold Blood off the draw.
I mean, the Jews will have to be killed next turn, and that means only Xixo will benefit out of it. Look at that, he even gets a curve here on turn 8, and additional 2 damage.
That means he's able to deal 5. He's gonna play safely around the possibility of a wide board and Savage Roar. That Jeeves though, one-eyed cheat.
That's the most insane card in this rogue, because you have so many different pirates that it always has, you know, stealth practically. So if you play it on turn 2, sorry, on turn 3, you get its stealth. It's kind of almost impossible to kill unless there's a swipe or any other AoE.
Well, it worked with patches, right? I think you had to like summon a pirate, so it would stealth itself automatically. Did it work that way? Because I remember that like Ben Brode mentioned Ship's Cannon and One-Eyed Cheat made it like way over the top.
Actually, I can't remember that. One-Eyed Cheat.
We haven't played in a decade. That, however, is going to represent a
whenever
ton
you
of
summon a
damage on
pirate,
Assassin's
yes,
Blade.
gain stuff. So it works with patches, which is kind of insane when you think about it. And still, this deck is not really like good enough in Wild, which is interesting.
Wait until Moonfire shows up. How much does Malagos deal? It would be 6. He'd be dealing nearly lethal to his opponent, but not quite. He's gonna need to find a swipe off the Raven Idol here. Starfall does it as well. He could survive technically. We don't see anything.
But we see a green glow. It's amazing. What did he get? Nothing.
I'm not sure, but spectator mode definitely didn't help. Come on, I can't be missing the end of this game now.
Oh,
no!
Man.
Okay,
right,
we're
we're
flipping.
switching.
Okay, good.
Okay, now
Good stuff.
we'll actually
Fraud.
at least still see what he will play in this way. All right.
Good swipe. If he has
Thank
it.
you, Blizzard.
I appreciate the effort on the spectator mode, but you know.
It needs fixing.
That's a healing touch with a Moonfire.
Okay, that's not bad. He gets 8, so he mitigates the damage from the minions.
Is Raven Idol just not spectatable anymore? Like, did they break it? Since nobody's spectating wild games, nobody notices.
No clue, man. I didn't see Jade Idol for a very long time, and I can't remember when was the last time I was actually seeing it on broadcast as well. So, no clue. But
so in Blade Flurry.
Jesus Christ, what a premiere!
Is that gonna be a Blade Flurry kill? It doesn't hit face anymore.
No, it doesn't.
It's useless.
I mean, it would have been playable if it would hit face.
Oh my god. Xixo, please. He's got claw. Oh, Frozen, what is going on?
That's probably from the Jade Idol, right?
Yeah, I
From
imagine
Jade
so. He
Idol,
wants
the
the
Power of
armor.
the Wild is in the deck because it plays with the Valid Teachers. Alright.
Okay. Frozen's gonna play that Tar Creeper out for safety's sake. Probably ends up using the Living Roots to kill the 4-1. Oh, he's just gonna make sure that he's as safe as possible. So Sap doesn't even kill him because Blade Flurry is a very good card now. Thanks, Blade Flurry.
Wait. That's a second deadly poison.
Yeah, he's setting up lethal for next turn if there's no healing for Frozen. But Frozen looks like he might just be stabilizing.
Well, with the Feral Rage and the Claw,
I think
seems
that's
like it.
Yeah, looks like he's got the kill here. He's got exactly 9 damage with hero power. Frozen will take it.
Frozen had to actually cheat and play in Wild to get a win.
But he nailed it. He just nailed it. He faced off against Blade Flurry, but lucky for him, it wasn't the real deal. And he takes it in this show of talent with the 9-attack Druid. Doesn't play Savage. Welcome to 2016. 2015.
He almost exoded at Pyroblast. It's like 4 cards assemble. I'm missing a leg. It's still 9 damage. Whoopa.
Not bad. It still works.
Yeah.
So in this case, we've got Frozen wins his first series. Doesn't matter for the results, but the glory is there. It was his for the taking, and 6-0 ends up 3-4 in the group stage. I guess doesn't really matter too much at the end of the day.
Yeah, he still has the same seeding, so it doesn't really matter.
Exactly. Nothing changes for him seeding-wise. He is still 4th in Group A, which means he will be moving on to the last chance qualifier, which will be happening tomorrow. In Group A, top 4 is Naaman, Naria, Tyson, 6-0. So we will be seeing Tyson 6-0 in the last chance qualifier. And from Group B, we will see Zole and Kolento show up tomorrow. And guaranteed are RDU and Stan Sivka. So these two guys are very happy. They've got an amazing performance, 6-1. RDU just dominating, Stan Sivka very close behind. With slightly different approaches, lineup-wise, Naria and Stan Sivka not on the hyper aggro plan, still made it all the way through. So a very aggro/mid-rangey metagame, I think, at least favoring those playstyles, which is giving them an edge. So for tomorrow, we'll be kicking off the day for a double elimination bracket with Thijs versus Kolento, followed by 6-0 versus Zole. So these guys will be battling again for that last spot to the live event. Lothar, I'll see you tomorrow, right?
Yeah, see you tomorrow. That was actually an exciting day.
Yeah, it was good. We had a bunch of really good matches. This closed out a really long-winded group, round-robin stage. These players have been playing for weeks now, and they've been putting a lot of effort. The metagame changed a lot during that time, but their decks were locked in. They will be able to resubmit for the following steps. I believe tomorrow they're still playing with the same stuff.
I think so as well.
For the live event, they will be able to make new decks, so things will be changed once they reach that point. So on this note, guys, we'll be seeing you tomorrow at, I believe, 1 p.m. CES. So that's 19 p.m. CEST, I believe. We'll be starting 1 hour later than usual because of HGG. And we'll be finishing up last chance to see who ends up making it through. Until then, thanks for watching. Have a nice one.
See ya.